Today I'm going to react to the new state's orcust deck of papaya, not my deck of papaya, but I know orcust, I know, I played orcust for 8 years now, and know a lot of different compounds, but this is also interesting because I remember saying that other people's takes and orcust as well, because some people have a different opinions about it from mine, or some people different opinions and some else's. So this is going to be a very interesting take. I also might give some ideas for his orchestra as well in this video as well. So I got some ideas where it could be really could be useful. Or I mean, it can be quite useful. Most of these are really super useful. So let's start this off.
Wanted to make an updated combo video deck profile on the Orcust deck featuring Dark Magician of Destruction. This card just came out in Maze of Mortos, but obviously we knew about it for a long time because of the OCG. Thanks to the OCG, we also knew that the Shining Sarcophagus engine would be very good with it because it opens the door to rank 8 plays, because this obviously is a level 8, so even if you don't have a second level 8, I mean, Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice, is still a level 6 or higher Dark Spellcaster, which is perfect. And then Gendor, the Dragon of Destruction, can not only special summon that Dark Magician Girl from the deck, but also it is a board breaker going second, so this engine isn't just good going first, it's also very good going second. You can also just randomly use silence to draw 6 cards in the battle phase where your opponent also gets a lot of draws, but it's a niche effect, it might come up every now and then. Anyways, before we go...
I can see here that there's like 12 workout starters in the deck, which is actually pretty good amount just at the starters. But this was not a real starter unless you have something to get into the graveyard, you draw it, but it's fine because it's also fine because you can use it to jump into switches, so you can set that graveyard and then you can go from there, which also works as well. It's exposed by also that works as well. It works as well, and yeah, and also like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and also let's continue on the video.
Any further into the deck profile and the combos, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. It really motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And so for the deck list, I'm playing 17.5 consistence.
And me too as well. Subscribe to my channel as well.
Cards, I guess you can say. So 3 Girsu, 3 Harpor, 3 Orcust Nightmare. This card doesn't do anything by itself, but if you draw it in tandem with Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice, or Future Silence, or Shining Sarcophagus, you are good to go. Same thing with if you draw it with Symbol Skeleton. This was like the 0.5 starter. It doesn't do much of anything by itself, but it still kind of plays a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Foolish Burial, which is somewhat of a 1-card starter as well.
Yeah.
Like
That's
a seal of Prophet, which is great. But if you draw it with a hand, then it's fine to draw. It's not like it's a card. These cards, they get into Zombie Vampire if you don't draw any of your Orca stuff, but if you...
Yeah, that's true, because you did not try to do Echo's Orca stuff. You can use those ones to get the Vampire Ward and then nail off and then try. But there is an issue with that, me personally. You play less Orcust monsters and you should play more. You should play more. Because the reason you want to play more Orcust monsters is because there's more chances to get the Vampire Ward, more chances to mill off the Vampire Ward, to make it a lot easier, and then it becomes a lot easier to mill off as well. And as a mill off of it to sketch it, it's not the worst up there, and it's not the worst thing, because you can also wait those off of it to make the week 2 anyway, so it won't matter too much. Anyway, so and also, it's just to look how stars goes, you could play, I think you have to, you could play Dark Weapon, and also again, 9 as well, which is these 6 cards right here, which is also possible, and also we force the Yami as well to get the these ones as well, which is also possible. You could do that as well. If you want to do that way, that's fine as well. Or you want to do that way, that's fine as well. As an idea, you could play the deck if you want to.
Then you can go to Photon Lord and then insulate yourself from the Bureau. Now for the non-engine, I'm playing 17, so 1 Cob of the Grave, 1 Talent, as well as 3 Fua, 3 Ash, 3 Impulse, 3 Imperm, 3 Droplet, and then for the other bricks, Gaze of Demise, Orchestrated Babel, and Crescendo. The extra deck does have some flex spots. I'm playing Dark Magician of Destruction with Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. I found this one, you don't necessarily have to play Photon Lord as well.
Yeah, you don't have to put photo all of these. You don't have to put these ones specifically because you could play you can play one of these two. You can play a second character as well because just for extra to win one place. Because if you make balance this one base up, and you go with one cycle with it, that's always be fine. But if it fast stays down, that's gonna be a problem because when fast stays down, then you can't get it back, and then you space down. But then you can be done, and then but you have two, then you have one, and then you know the deck. So. Yeah. Also, the second pet one have two because it's important if someone strikes on you on summon and on the I gotta say I, then you can't get it back and you because it wasn't probably summoned in the first place. So because you will get the summon of it, which is bad. Or also, it could be bad as well. But yeah.
Well, if you don't really want to play it, Zombie Vampire, this card is the GOAT, and then the Yugioh access code, if you don't really want to play it, that's fine. And the Yugioh, this card is insane. Long Yugioh, it's really just a climb into Yugioh a little easier, and then 2 Galatea, 1...
I also have my mind suggested instead of put access code, you could put Ball Sword, and that's better OTK access code it would be. But yeah, as well, yeah.
Of the baby Galatea, and then Dark. This card can be very good with Zombie Vampire when you mill your opponent's Dark monsters and then you just link climb even easier. And you can also consider playing Master of Chaos, which you can summon with a Gaze of Tamais the exact same way as you would if you were trying to summon Dragoon. You can play some more Shining Sarcophagus cards like the Gadget Trio and Trim Silence, which can also negate debut and hand traps in general. More Shining Sarcophagus just for card advantage or for follow-up. Orchestrated Return is not a card that I recommend if you're not playing like a huge amount of monsters. So I'm not a really big fan of this card overall, but you can...
If you play more of the monsters, then you could recommend play August Watch because they don't have not many as by now. But yeah,
one so that you have something to set with Galatea in case you already draw your crescendo, because obviously you're searching Babel usually with the baby Galatea. Okay, so combo number 1, this is what you can do with Dark Magician Girl, the Magician's Apprentice, as well as 2 discards. Granted, you get a little lucky with Zombie Vampire, and by lucky, I just mean don't get unlucky, really. Obviously, we're going to be searching the Shining Sarcophagus and then search the Gador G, and we could use the effect going second, destroy everything, and then special summon another Dark Magician Girl from deck, and then go into Dark Magician of Destruction. So going second, you are breaking your opponent's board while doing all of this that you're seeing, which is very cool. Yeah, now we're searching Gaze of Tamais and then overlay for Zombie Vampire. And as long as we mill any Orcust monster, Harpor, Mekk-Knight, Orcust Girsu, or Orcust Nightmare, then we can full combo. But if we mill something like Symbol Skeleton, it's not going to do that much. But
it can be true, but also it could be not true as well because they need if you mill quote unquote if you mill or get scattered, you go to the field and then you can get those and then you can make week 1 first, and then we get those to make week 2 Gatea, and then you can use the Gatea I the bad thing or get scattered to put it so back to the graveyard. Then we can use Gatea to Dingetsu. And then you can get to attach it to orchestrated as material, and then we do those two, but anyway, make 2 we want, and then you use orchestrated for graveyard to banish for graveyard to summon it back with the graveyard. Then you can use also to make it well, that's to get the Babel and then consider all that as well because from Gatea I and the which were Gatea as well. To make the week 4, and then you can add it back into your hand. So do you have and so if somebody got orchestrated, it's a bit worse than not the worst thing. So
you can still play the game a little bit, so it's not like it's complete trash.
Yeah.
Anyways, Galatea I, discard the other card in your hand, search the Babel, go into Galatea, well, the link to. I don't even know like the difference between their name. This is the Orcust Automaton, and this is the Orcust.
I call it this one is the teenage Gatea, and this is the baby Gatea. The one in the graveyard, the Gatea I is the baby Gatea. That's
Automaton. Okay, so they're actually the exact same, it's just that one has an eye on top of the Galatea. Yeah, whatever. At this point.
Well, actually, take a second in 100% the same. One has a cloak on it, and one has a giant scythe on it on the artwork. You can get that by artwork on the Galatea.
To long gear, so just to climb into and little gear, so a little easier. Like I said, Galatea shuffle back. I think it was the Mekk-Knight Orcust Girsu from deck into the banish to set to the crescendo, and then obviously go over into the Girsu, attach back the Symbol Skeleton, recycle back the Harpor, and the normal summon. Yeah. Like the way you attach back and recycle back to the hand, it really doesn't matter because you're just going to be sending all of them back to the graveyard anyway. So as long as you shuffle back the right cards and you keep the right cards in the banish, you're gonna be good. So yeah, make sure if you only play one skeleton that you get it back, and also Harpour preferably, because Harpour also just gets you to anything that you want. Orcust Nightmare as well. It's really interchangeable. This deck is very forgiving. And on your opponent's turn, you have like 8 disruptions or something ridiculous.
And take a second, yes, you do have 8 disruptors. If you're using like SP to do it, those two to make it like forward. I said if you use the SP, this one, and then make it the SP to banish a card on the field, and you can do to banish the, because the week 4, they didn't know this. Unless some people know this, and some people did not know this. But just again, people did not know this. The week 4 has a graveyard fighting graveyard, so you can banish the graveyard to send it around forward, and to banish for the graveyard to send it any monster on the field to the graveyard, which anyone you want. Because the reason that happens is because it's a bubble, because they make it all over quick effects, and it makes it all over quick effects with common quick effects, so you get activated during your opponent's turn. So yeah, it makes it a lot easier. And also, you can use IP to week 4 to make SP to banish a card, banish another card, send a card on the field, use the week 4, and also you can use the Giga Secret Wave, and then the guy with the baby guy say I back for the graveyard to focus to activate, and then you can go from there, which also works as well. Also, the second option you could play if you to make it more disruptions, which is tell with Blaster Dragon if you want to do it. And basically, what this does is it allows you to blow up your opponent's monsters, blow up in the opponent's back well, which I recommend don't do that. Because you might be your own back well, but yes, I want you use all your back well up first, and then you blow up back well. That will be fine. That will be fine. And then you go, and then you need all your back for the opponent's extra deck, which is also like a high recommended. Because if you did that, you could pass the you can pass the opponent's action deck with that, which you do like for example, if you base it against Lunar, for example, you can use the capacity to pass to the opponent's fusion materials, and you can pass that one, and then you can and then there will be harder spot to beat you. So yeah.
Ridiculous. You have IP into SP, you have Demon Gear soon. I don't understand anything you're this can steal any monster your opponent controls. Yeza Tamais is summoning a Dragoon, and then Crescendo is an Omni Negate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also link off the Enlil Yursu with IP, and then use as a graveyard effect in order to send a card on the field to the graveyard. So that's also another disruption. And you also technically have another disruption with Galatea Eye if you can search the World Cloud, which you can special summon when you go Harpour, summon Mekk-Knight, Orcust Girsu from deck, and then send the World One. That's assuming that you played whatever disruption. It's so many that it's just not even worth counting and explaining here. The point is, there is no way you can lose at this point. Okay, so with this hand, I actually Future Silence, I'm going to be playing this out. So this is assuming that I do send in the World Wand. I'm going to be summoning the Gador G and then effect Chain Future Silence, because this does have to successfully destroy a card for it to special summon a monster from deck. I'm going to be searching Dark Magician Girl and then special summon Dark Magician Girl. It becomes level 7, but it's completely irrelevant because I'm just going to turn it into Dark Magician of Destruction. Search my deck for the Gaze of Tamiz, go into Zombie Vampire, Photon Lord, and then normal summon.
Yeah, you don't have to put this far. You don't have to put this. You don't have to put this far. You don't have to.
Search the Babel, activate that, special summon.
It's not to happen. It's not necessary.
Even when you're not doing the trick on your opponent's turn, because now when you draw a lot of different Orcust cards, you're doing a lot of different, you have different layers of play instead of just having extra copies of the same card in your graveyard, which really...
Yeah, he's right.
Now we also get to end on IP with everything. It would have been so broken if we didn't have to summon the Photon Lord first, so that the Girsu could also summon a token, and then this would be able to steal the opponent's token, and it would facilitate the summon of IP, but that's completely fine. It's not like it really...
All thing you can do is replace the Photon Lord with the Photon Lord, and this Photon Lord to the Super Vampire, Then you can mail even more Orcust monsters to the graveyard, which is actually really cool. You could do as well.
Bothers you too much, but that's the reason why this almost feels like it does less than a single Magnite Orcust gear suit. It's really just because of the fact that we were starting with a monster on the field, really. But yet we're still ending on a huge board with foot on the word that was protecting us from Nibiru all this time, and the Gaze of Timaeus, the Summon Dragoon on the
other
side, and the full Orcust.
That's
pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know how you feel about Orcust in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.
Now, and also the comment section below for my Orcust deck as well. My Orcust deck is similar to his as well, which I have a different take, and he's doing it. Because he's playing more, what's the word? They did in mid-range. Mine's more copper heavy, so that's why they did a little different there. Also, in this video title says this is the best way to play Dark Magician. I kind of agree to that, but I also don't agree to that as well, because at the same time, which way has, can I just say one thing? Orcust has, which has no limits you could do with Orcust. It's which has no limits at all. You say your words are oyster. Which your word is your oyster in Orcust, because you can play so many different engines to do it. You can play Horus engine, you can play Fiendspin engine, you can play the Shiny engine, and you can play the Fiendspin engine as well. Also for the Fiendspin engine, you could actually play in the Fiendspin engine of it, and you get the card. What is that? Wait, that's the card. Wait, the card. No, that's not it. It was no. You could play this allows you to melt 5 cards in your own deck to the graveyard, which is really nice as well. Or you send it inside the deck to the graveyard. Bonus with that as well. So with Orcust, you get almost infinite follow-up with that as well. It's infinite follow-up. You get infinite follow-up with that as well to make it a lot. It's ridiculous that that's really ridiculous that is. And also just one thing as well. He plays one company each Orcust monsters with the big guys, two guys here. As a chance you could play a little bit more Orcust monsters, because the more Orcust monsters, the link monsters, the more Orcust link monsters you have to do that, the more chances you get the Orcust link monsters back to your Orcust monsters back to the deck, so you don't get what I got in your deck. So yeah, also that's what I wanted to about to say as well. And so because you don't have to take copies, you could be different copies as well. Like the orchestration, we get orchestration as well. You can play that too, but if you wanted to do that, you don't have to play that. You don't have to, which is bound up. But also, what else did I want to say? If you look at the deck profile on these ratios. You could say it's only 15 here, plus these two, that's 17, which is a good amount as well. Also, just one more thing. You didn't mention you can play these ones in the mention of this video, but most of the time I get this one we talked about, so it's fine either way. And that's also the Black Wax, which also works as well. So that if you drew Black Wax or milk Black Wax, then you can actually get a bet off it. If you drew Black Wax, you can use Guide I, and then which is the baby Guide, the baby Guide, and then you can use and discard the Black Wax to the graveyard, and you get the effect off it, which is actually to search what else to get back to grave, you can do our opponent's set, which is really nice. So yeah, and as well, and yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, enjoy the rest of your day, and also and now I continue making videos like these. Enjoy. Bye.